Okay, this one was kind of funny and unexpected. We were doing a chat about something else, and Paolo at the end of it ended up asking us a question, which we thought was quite good. So we just decided to run with it, and this is what you're going to see next. And in all honesty, that is kind of how these discussions go. That's what we're like in the office. That's what we're like on a track. We just kind of talk about whatever. And as we said, we are trying to bring you guys in on these conversations. So here one is, and next time, Paolo, let us know ahead of time. Okay, Paolo, you had a question. We were talking about where to go to buy a car. What difference does it make? Does it make a difference with your sales agent or not? What do we think? Since we're on the topic anyway, you need to go buy a car, right? So you need your question to us was, do we have a suggested dealer or not? And normally it would be go. Do you have to canvas? I guess was your question, right? Do you have to canvas, or is it dealer specific or whatever? My experience is that the salesperson themselves may well be the key point, because they will work hard to make a deal for you, and they will continue. I have had excellent salespeople who have watched out for me after we bought the car. And I have had horrible salespeople who have disappeared as soon as I signed the contract, and I was left for 2 hours while they were doing paperwork, and no one cared. In times of this pandemic and whatever, if you're looking or your relative is looking for a car, then I think you need to go. The deals are very dealer specific. Okay, some of them are very dealer specific. So while the brand may or may not authorize it or whatever. Right now it's in your interest to actually check each dealer and see what they can do. And as well as that, if you know someone, ask them, because if they're a friend of yours, they should be pretty honest.
That's true.
What would you do, Chris? No, what would you do?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay, no, the question is, what should we, if you're making your buying decisions and so on, right now, is it more important to go to a specific dealer or should you still be canvassing, or what?
No, I would go to the dealers closest to me. I mean,
that's my pattern.
For me, convenience trumps everything. Like, I don't want to have to go to EDSA to get my car serviced for PMS or whatever.
So that's true, because if you don't have your car there, right?
But you don't have to do that.
No, you don't have to anymore.
All you need is a warranty booklet.
Yes.
Oh, then you can have it serviced anywhere.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
And as a matter of fact, they compete for your business.
1,000.
Yeah.
That's where you have.
That used to be the case, though. That used to be the case. The one that Chris was saying, like during the early 2000s, it is if you buy it from a dealer, you have to service it on the same place.
Even before that. Yeah. No, but the now transition. The first 1,000, you have it serviced where you bought it. The following, you can go anywhere as long as you have a book.
I noticed the trend changing 2011, 2012, where you can buy it from one dealership and then 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, that's good to know.
Even before that, or Civic before 2007, we got it.
Yeah,
so
even before. It's odd. Remember that the process of service is a completely different department from the process of sales. Let's say I have a guy who we purchased the Subaru from, and he was the one suggested to me. I didn't care where. And this person was actually key to any issues I have. He handles them. He watches over them because that's just the kind of person he is. That would make me go to them more. That would make me go to him more. So he would get any sales, whatever, commission, or whatever.
And you can refer that agent to your friends, to your family.
Yeah, because you're comfortable with him. I would not refer that first one who just disappeared as soon as we signed the papers, right? So,
but what Chris was saying was the norm before, not too long ago. That was the norm before.
But now they will compete for your business. Yeah. Right now they will be competing and trying to get you to service there. So there are actually deals that are dealer specific, even for service, that we don't know about. It might be that they just take care of you better. They may or may not. There are issues where there are some brands where the dealer experience is so disparate and the costs of dealership is so disparate that we can't even recommend people buy their cars, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a mess.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, we know who they are.
But
And that's why we don't talk about it so much. But anyway,
I actually don't know who they are.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you later.
No, but that's an internal problem. And if they would just fix that problem, then the cars they have, which are actually not bad nowadays, even though they're sourcing them from a new country, if they're not bad, if they would just sort that out.
I think, Chris, you know what brand it
If
is
they would
already.
just sort that out, there would be a lot of
Oh.
they're just not getting out because they're not paying attention to their consumers. Anyway, okay,
Yes,
take away
Paolo?
all of that.
Do the country offices have control over those dealers? Like, can they tell them not to do this? to do
Yes
that?
and no.
Ah.
That depends on the individual country,
And,
the individual company. For example, some of them. Okay, here's an example. There is one. I'm not going to mention the name, but there is one dealership that I thought was stellar from a group of multi-brand. It's a multi-brand corporation that had different brands.
Dealerships.
And I would always say that their dealership was stellar. Okay, everything was perfect. Everything was nailed down. And they said that's really not the example of that group. That group strength was in no way service. And yet, because they had to follow the structure, they were forced to follow the structure in that brand, they did very well. So it comes down to the dealership itself. That first car was a Hyundai. I bought it in Makati. I loved it. I thought their service was stellar.
Mhm.
So,
But that was
it comes down again to a case-to-case basis.
Yeah, but more often than not, it's directives from like the brand representative of the country. More often than not.
It should be. And those are positives and negatives. Like everything.
Yeah.
So there. So the answer is buy what you love and do your homework.
We should have a shirt like that though. Buy what you love and do your homework. See.
That's the Cars Casually shirt. We've just decided. Buy what you love and do your homework.
Every show na lang eh. Ganun,
If we say do your
Buy
homework,
what
you
you
can say something else.
No, do your homework. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do your homework. Yeah.
No, but like
Well,
okay,
Cars Casually. There you go.
The great thing is we don't actually have to visit dealers anymore. Usually dealers have their own websites.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes it
And they
makes
work
it a lot
with- they-
easier.
Yeah, and they work with each other. Like my brothers and sisters when they were buying the Honda Civic, they wanted a specific color which Alabang didn't have.
Correct.
And then they're like, yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, we'll pull out. Well, you can get it next week. We'll just pull out the color you want. Because what they have internally is that these are the colors that our buyers are looking for, and then they collate everyone's orders, and then over the weekend they transfer what needs to be transferred. It's interesting.
But that's also very dealer dependent because some of them just won't go out of their way.
Yeah.
And the dealer and the agent again.
Yeah. But like different brands, different dealerships have their different systems. So like you'll have to really do your homework.
Well, I remember
Bye.
Well, we were talking about that. Right? We were talking about, okay, if you're going to buy a car now, on one hand, yes, everything is available online. They're all fighting to get your business. But at the same time, how are we going to know? How do you develop a personal relationship with someone? How do you go in and have a feel for how hard they're going to work for you and so on? And I guess it's going to have to be largely online until you walk in the door and physically check the car yourself.
Nothing beats walking through the door.
Yeah.
So the answer to Paulo's question was, what should he do? Is it important to have the dealership? Is it the dealership important? Is the person important? I guess the answer is both.
I still agree with Chris though. I will still go to the dealership closest to me and get the car from there.
I'm just lazy.
No. Ako part lazy, part you wanna build a
Whatever,
reputation of being there.
Correct.
If we're talking about a 10,000 difference between dealer to dealer, I'll probably waste half of that just going around canvassing on toll and gas.
That's
Diba?
true.
Are you talking
And
about
parking.
purchase or are you talking about service?
No, purchase.
Purchase. Because it'll also closely tie in with services. Because you're gonna when you're there, you're gonna meet people like closest to you.
If we're talking about discounts, realistically, they're probably gonna the disparity between dealers is probably gonna be 5,000 to 10,000, not more than that. At least I can't imagine where you'd get a disparity of 20 or 30,000 between dealers if we're talking about the same car.
talk to Hyundai. Buy one, get one free.
Oh yeah, well,
All the dealers.
these are special circumstances.
Yeah,
That was only one dealer, right? That was only one dealer that offered that.
One
yeah.
started and then ended up with three. Three dealerships
Well,
did that.
that's why you have
eventually.
to. That's why, for example, for that Paulo, you could have the best dealer in one place, but if their bosses decide we're not going to do that, then you're stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it's like,
yes,
it's like,
you have to find a
oh.
dealer. Cars Casually 7.5, where Paulo asked a question and we decided to put him on the spot. So there, that's how you buy a car in times of COVID.
Yeah.
Again, this has been Nick. This has been Chris. This has been Gerard. This has been Paulo. Thank you very, very much. And next time, we don't know what the heck we're going to talk about. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Okay.